I was recently asked if I had any recommendations for someone who is already working in Epic and they got the job as an Epic analyst, or they're transitioning to an Epic analyst, and what they should do to prepare. Now, I'm under the assumption that you are already sponsored for it and you're going to go to training soon. What I would do is download the manual before you go take the class and read over the entire manual, so that way that you already have the concepts under your belt. You don't have to understand it fully, because there might be areas where you're like, I don't get it, and you may need to see it, or you may need someone to explain it, but you already know the material. And so if I was redoing everything all over again, that's exactly what I would do. For example, here is my manual. Like, I have the Cogito Access Data Model, and here is the list of chapters. Like, I would just read through it all, understand the different concepts, make sure that you can answer the questions at the end. And even if there is areas that you don't understand, that is something that you can ask questions on when going in. And that was like a big mistake that I did when I went into the classes, where I just went in cold turkey. And so also set aside time for you to really go over the material, because you may go in thinking it's easy peasy lemon squeezy, but it may be for some people, but for me it wasn't. And so I really had to put a set aside time and make my own curriculum as to how I was going to study and what I needed to do. And so the good thing is that whatever class that you're going to take, whatever you do, you can download the manual from Galaxy. And also, really, when you're in the training, really pay attention to what they say. If they give subtle hints as like, hey, this is going to be there, this is not going to be in there, type of stuff like that. It's just normal study things, but like, sort of give it the time that it needs. Because I know you'll probably see people on Reddit be like, oh, I passed on the first try. I only spent 2 hours, 7 hours. But you hear about the successes, but you don't hear about the failures. And so I haven't met that many people who've passed their exams on their first try. Now, the ones that did not joke around with the material. Like, they really were serious about it. I think you would actually have an easier time, since you already have experience using Epic and navigating it. And also, I would say, like, really pay attention to Epic language, because when you're reading the test questions, you're like, you're speaking to me, but I can't understand you. So, and that's something that happened with me when I first went in to go take my Cogito 170 exam. Like, I really did feel prepared. But when I went in there, I wasn't understanding their questions. So when you're doing the practice questions, when you're doing your practice exam, really pay attention to how the wording is and understanding the pattern that they have. Like, what type of pattern is Epic doing? Which it's still hard. It's hard for me to figure that out, just because they sort of change it up a bit from time to time, depending on the test that you're taking. So just be kind to yourself, but really for me, I like to over prepare. So if that works for you, I would recommend over preparing, and just setting time and some type of study guide for yourself, to go over the items. If you have any questions, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Good luck. You can do it.